This is, I guess you can say, the shorter brow, and it's less dense in this area right here, so shaping it is sometimes not hard for me, but it's not my favorite. This one, on the other hand, I don't know if you can tell, since it's already filled in, it obviously has more shape and it is a lot more dense in this area, meaning there are a lot of more hairs than this one has. The tail is less defined than this one because on this eyebrow my hair doesn't really grow here. It tends to just grow like all over the place instead of growing in a line. So what I like to do, I grab the angled brush that I'm about to use, and with a napkin I just squish the ends, kind of like cleaning off excess product, because I like to make it very, I don't know if you can see, I like to make it very flat so I have a defined line. I'm gonna take my Anastasia Dipbrow, which is the best thing ever made for eyebrows, and I use Dipbrow in medium brown. I take a spoolie, and what I like to do is just kind of brush these hairs in the front upwards. And now what I do is I start right here, very light-handed because I obviously have a lot of product. I just draw the tail like that. I don't think that's very dark. I mean, for my eyebrows, yes, it is very dark and it's a significant change, but I wouldn't define this as a bold eyebrow look. And I'm going to draw the top. My eyebrows are so thin that at first, when I was like learning how to do this part, I would just fill in my eyebrows. Like, I would skip completely this step. Usually, like all of the tutorials that I watch, it's like you draw a line on the bottom, draw a line on the top, and fill in. While I would draw it on the top, it would just like fill in everything. That's sad. Now I'm just gonna try to go over these little hairs right here that I like to call part of my eyebrow. And I made the tail a little longer as I go. So my eyebrows are really short, so I don't really consider this to be an extremely long eyebrow. And yeah, I'm just filling in, trying to make a little line there. And as I get to the front, since there's less product, I don't really have to worry about how much pressure I use. But if you are one who likes to use a lot of product on your eyebrows and you're familiar already with Dipbrow and like the pigment that Dipbrow has and all of that, then I advise you to use less pressure once you're in the front, because I kind of like the gradient eyebrow look, meaning less product in the front and gradually gets darker as it goes towards the tail out. And then now with the same spoolie, I'm just going to brush the area where light meets dark so I can blend that. And I'm gonna brush through the tail. I have yet to buy the brow gel, but when I do buy it, I will update my brow tutorial and I will let you guys know how I feel about it, even though I know I'm gonna love it, because all the tutorials that I watch that have used the brow gel, just like now I have to get that notice, but this one is like way thicker on the top and this one is more sharp. Always happens because like I said, this one has a lot of more hairs all over the place and this one has a more defined shape naturally, so when I do pluck them, this one always tends to be thinner towards the tail and this one isn't. Now I'm going to show you how I carve them out with my own foundation, not with concealer. What I do is I squeeze a little bit of my foundation that I use on my face, obviously, on my hand, and then I grab this mini foundation brush, I guess you can say. I mean, it looks like a foundation brush. This supposedly came with like a Naked palette dupe, and it did say Urban Decay on it like 3 days ago, but it doesn't anymore. But this is like a foundation brush, just way smaller. As you can see, it's very flat, so I like to use that to carve out my brows. I'm just kind of going to try to even it out, and since we're using foundation, you don't have to worry about having this one, like this area of the eye, look a different color than this one, because like I said, we're using foundation, not concealer, so it's not like one is going to be highlighted and the other one isn't. Very carefully with slow strokes. Slow or short? Oh, you see, I messed up, but we could fix that. I'm just going to go right under and that. I messed up big time, but I am gonna show you how you can fix that. No. Right here in the floor. And now we're just gonna, with my finger, again. I'm gonna back up so you guys don't have to see that nail. Or with this same brush, you could kind of. So very short strokes. And yeah, I'm gonna carve out the other one because now this one's gonna look carved out. So scratch, I said anything. And I'm gonna go over it just like once with my little angled brush and whatever product it has left, because I'm not light-handed most of the time, so. So now I'm gonna carve the top. Same thing. Kind of use the brush. I place it flat on my face. And since I have more control on the top, you don't really, well, depending on how you feel, but since I have more control, I don't really do the short strokes thing. And then I'll just blend. Now I'm just making facial expressions to make sure that they're even, which they're not at all, but there will be plenty more tutorials to show you guys how I do my brows differently. And I hope you guys liked this video and found it informative. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. See you next time. Goodbye.